Joining us now, Arkansas Republican Governor Asa Hutchinson. Governor, you were outspoken in your criticism of former President Trump after that dinner with Ye and Nick Fuentes. These repulsive new comments from Ye making things even worse. Is Trump becoming just too toxic for the party to handle nationally because of these associations?
Well, this really goes over the top whenever you see the most recent praise of Hitler or Nazis by Kanye West taken off of Twitter, which you have to work very hard to get off of Twitter. And so this is terribly unacceptable. And I would think that even while Mr. Trump accepted the meeting to begin with, which was wrong, a mistake, now it's really incumbent upon him to repudiate it, to disavow this, because this is not the Republican Party. It should not be any leader. The Holocaust happened. We have to stand up for equal rights and not white supremacy. And so this is going the wrong direction for Donald Trump. He needs to reverse that if he's serious about running in the future. I've made it clear that I've fought white supremacists. I've put them in jail whenever they cross the line into violence, and it's just not acceptable for our society. We need to not be breaking bread with them, but we need to be distancing ourselves from them.
Now, I just want to read with you, because I think you would probably agree with the President of the United States, who wrote, I just want to make a few things clear. The Holocaust happened. Hitler was a demonic figure. And instead of giving it a platform, our political leaders should be calling out and rejecting anti-Semitism wherever it hides. Silence is complicity. Do you disagree with anything the President wrote?
Well, I agree with what the President wrote. I do think, though, at some point we don't want to have to be responding to everything that happens in the Donald Trump world. But whenever it comes to significant issues of white supremacy, of making sure that we're not suppressing the truth about the Holocaust, we do need to speak out. And we need to make it clear that this is not the Republican Party, this is not America. These things are real. And it does impact people, whether back with the white supremacist group that I had to deal with. It is leaders that impact them. And we want leaders to speak the truth. And I'm glad President Trump said that. President Biden issued that statement. One of the few times I've probably agreed with him completely on something of this nature.
Do you think it's incumbent on all, important Republican leaders to speak out? There is, of course, his former press secretary, who is the newly elected governor in your state.
Well, I didn't speak out until I was asked the question. I was in a venue that I could. Now, I think this got to the point that it is important for people in key positions to distance themselves from that. But I don't expect every member of Congress, every Republican member of Congress, to go on Twitter and make a statement. That fuels all of the back and forth with Donald Trump. But we need to make our position clear. I think people know where I am, and that's what's important. And whenever you look at the future of our party, that to me is an important factor as to whether you have a leader that speaks the truth, runs from the truth, or distorts the truth, and particularly on these incredibly important issues that we face from a race standpoint in America.
You've got other Republicans like Maryland's Larry Hogan, outgoing Governor Hogan, ramping up fundraising ahead of a potential run. How close are you to making a decision? And does all this chaos surrounding Donald Trump make you more inclined toward jumping in?
Well, I'm fully committed to make sure that there are alternative candidates for 2024 on the Republican side. Absolutely, we cannot yield this to someone that creates the chaos that Donald Trump has created. From my standpoint, I am glad we have holidays coming up, the Christmas, a time for family, and like Americans, maybe take a break. But this is a serious time, and what we've seen recently reaffirms to me the importance of alternatives. And I'm very glad that we have other leaders on the Republican side, great governors or or elected officials that are looking at it as well. I think we need to have multiple voices, powerful voices, and my voice is a part of that. And yes, absolutely, over this season, I'll continue to plan and to look at what my role will be next year. And I expect, because everything has accelerated, that you'll start seeing announcements in January and February of next year.
Is Governor DeSantis, your fellow governor down in Florida, becoming a presumptive favorite other than President Trump, former President
Well, clearly,
Trump?
he's very popular among the base. He's spoke out very loudly. He knows how to utilize the media well. But I expect that there'll be others that's not going to simply say this is a contest between Mr. DeSantis, who we don't know what's going to do, and Donald Trump. So there's going to be multiple voices in here. It's not going to be a one-on-one contest. And again, until people get out there and make the commitment, we just don't know what the future looks like. You have to make your own individual decision, and you say, do I have a message and a record that makes sense for the country? Do I have the support that's needed to win in places like Iowa and New Hampshire? Those are decisions we have to make and evaluate as we look at the future. My record of lowering taxes, common sense conservatism in Arkansas, I think that's where the Republican Party is. We just don't need to have all the drama that we've had in the past.
Well, it certainly sounds like a candidate. Wishing you and your family a very, very happy holiday season.